Hello. I'm gonna look like a grasshopper with eyes glowing in the dark because I need these glasses tonight. And I'm sorry about the glare. I'm sure I could fix it if I tried long enough, but just close your eyes. Okay. One of the guys that we know found out that his mom and dad were getting divorced, and I told him that half the people do end up divorced that start down the marriage path, and the other half want one. And he looked at me kind of strange. And I think that's probably pretty much true. I think at one time or another, almost everybody who starts down the pathway of marriage ends up wanting to go back where they started from. Having said that, I know it's not a joking matter. We have experienced firsthand my parents divorced and my husband's parents divorced. And there is a lot of marriages that really need to end in divorce where things are pretty extreme. And so it's not certainly not a topic where we can run around passing judgment on other people. But there are probably some marriages that could make it if the circumstances were more favorable because life just keeps piling on top of you and you get stretched in all directions and it's so hard to prioritize. I'm trying to get the glare off of there. There is a little bit better. It's so hard to prioritize and decide what's really needful and what can be done away with. And that's one of the curses of our time is that we're so overprogrammed and overstressed and have too many demands on us. The cursor was right on my nose, so I decided I better move it. Anyway, cheaper than a divorce. What does that mean? Well, I read in an article years ago that the number one cause for divorce had shifted from prior causes, other causes that used to be number one were now not number one anymore. I'm gonna get tongue tied. And that the number one cause of divorce at the time I read the article was our arguments over housework. That's certainly understandable with the changes that have taken place in our society over the years. So I just wanted to make a few little comments. Again, I know it's a painful topic and I'm not passing judgment on anybody, but just to get some ideas going. Because sometimes the little things can mean an awful lot, and sometimes it's those small things that keep adding up that push everything over the edge. And three of the main things that are daily demands in pretty much everybody's family, unless you're rolling in money, is laundry, meals, and dishes. Dishes, meals, and laundry. Laundry, meals, and dishes. Dishes, meals, and laundry. Meals, dishes, and laundry. It goes round and round, day after day. It just never stops. As soon as you put your clothes in the washer, the next day you wear clean clothes and you've got more. So I just wanted to toss around some ideas of things that might help the family situation lean the other direction. Of course, there's always common courtesy and kindness that doesn't cost anything at all. Loving, kind words and tolerance and patience. And if you're going to swear, just do it where nobody can hear you. The angels might still write it down. I don't know. I don't know if they do that. But just do it where nobody can hear you. It does a lot less damage that way. You notice I'm blushing. Okay, cheaper than a divorce. Going back to the meals, dishes, and laundry. Paper plates, paper cups, forks, spoons, knives, all those disposable things because and they're renewable. If you buy paper instead of styrofoam and you buy paper instead of plastic, you can get cups in paper versions. They're renewable, so you don't have to feel too guilty about that. In fact, some of them could probably be composted. I'm not sure about that. So disposables of all sorts. If you get divorced and you're sustaining two households, that's going to take a lot of money, a lot more money than sustaining one household, and your environmental impact will be greater too because heating two houses has a greater environmental impact than heating one, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? Water usage and if you're lighting two living rooms and have double of everything, it's burning more money and more resources. Things like free concerts or a movie, a greeting card, a phone call in the middle of the day, community education classes that you might want to take together, even a cruise, which like I said, most of us are not rolling in money, but people somehow find the money to pay a divorce lawyer, and they find the money to sustain 2 households. So what I'm trying to get at is it's cheaper. It's cheaper to do these things than it is to go through that. Things like a weekend trip. Again, I know people are not rolling in money right now. I think I mentioned the free concerts already. Trips to places like Cedar Point, a day trip to an amusement park, any kind of a day trip to historical locations that might be of interest. And then counseling with an older couple. I'm sure that there are many older couples in churches or other community organizations that would be willing to counsel younger couples, and that doesn't have to cost anything. If maybe the cost of a babysitter, you might even be able to get somebody to babysit for free. But if you talk to people in your church, I'm sure there would be older couples that would be willing to sit with you and share some of their wisdom. It's really wise to call and tell your troubles to a friend if they're not too confidential. Dr. Laura wrote a book, The Proper Care and Feeding of Husbands, and what I learned from her book and from John Gray, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, is that men are not women. And that's what takes us ladies forever to learn that men are not women. We think that we can dump our problems on them and that they're going to go, oh, I'm so sorry, honey. What can I do to help you? You know, that's not the way a man reacts. He thinks you want him to fix your problems. If they were fixable, we'd have had them fixed. So call your girlfriends. Be careful what you say. You don't want to be betraying confidences, but women need to share their troubles with their girlfriends, according to Dr. Laura, and quit bringing the guys down. Let's see, kind words are free, thank yous are free, picking up a pizza. Now and then we can get hot and ready pizzas for $6 or thereabouts. Even sending your laundry out, that sounds like a luxury. But if that's what takes the stress off the family is everybody has clean laundry, then take some of the 401k money and send the laundry out. It's because you're going to be dividing that retirement money in the divorce anyway. Sorry to be so blunt. Even if you have to get a cleaning person to come in and do regular cleaning or sorting, or have an organizing person come in and do some of that. And even in some cases, it might be advantageous if you can live on one income. That reduces the stress a lot if everybody's not rushing to get out the door in the morning and everybody's tired and stressed at the end of the day. Family picnics, I don't know if I mentioned that one. That one's pretty cheap. And I think I came to the end of my list. Oh, I want to use the L word here. There's a story behind that I'll probably tell later. The L word is for luxury. There was a Everybody Loves Raymond show where Patricia Heaton's parents were taking the family out to dinner. It was just a hoot. And the lady that played Patricia Heaton's mother said, sometimes a little luxury is a necessity. So even if it's just stopping by the store and picking up a $1.35 candy bar on the way home and giving it to your spouse, a little luxury is sometimes a necessity. This is my necessity. I love these things. I'm not getting paid to do this. But a Hershey bar will go a long way towards making the soul feel right again. And then I don't think I mentioned in the beginning, I call this the 3 A's, addiction, adultery, and abuse. I totally agree that there's a time and a place when a marriage needs to come to an end, and it's a sad situation. And I think those are 3 of the times that are definitely warranted. And but if we can just do everything we can to lean the other direction and try to keep civility alive, kindness, courtesy, sensitivity alive in a marriage. Even if it means to get a cleaning lady, even if it means to send the laundry out, even if it means you always use paper plates. We have gotten to the point where I've got the most fantastic dishwasher. They don't make them anymore. They just quit making them a couple of years ago. But I'm only having to run this dishwasher like one time a week on average. And they come out great clean. Okay, this is 10 minutes, so I'm going to quit. But even if it means buying all paper plates, just help the family get. We all have these stresses. We all have the same kinds of stresses for the most part in our life. So help your family get through the day, the week, the month with as little stress as possible, because it's cheaper than a divorce. Sorry for such a sensitive topic. I hope I didn't step on anybody's toes. It's meant in love, with love. Thanks. Bye.